So guys, due to popular demand, we are going to give you a tour of what a $580 condo out here in Korea looks like. And it's gonna be a lot more space than you think. So the condo you're actually seeing is the one that Tao was living in. We just moved out. So it looks like we just moved in, but you'll see it's a bit dirty because he's paying $100 for the cleaning fee. And we want to get our money's worth.
As soon as you get in, and there's shoe.
Yeah, I mean, look at even more space than the smaller condos we've been showing you. Yep, more space on top of that. And this is sort of a awkward setup. Whenever I was over, I would sort of sleep here. But I've seen the other floor plans. This is an option where you can have it closed if you want a bit more privacy. But that's great for an office, I think.
And there's a common bathroom?
Yep. So this is the smaller bathroom, but you still got a huge medicine cabinet there.
And right here, you got washer and dryer, And I'll show you, this is the little kitchen area.
Yeah.
So this came with a brand new refrigerator. So you can still have some ice cream. Forgot to take that. Take that with us. But anyways,
place it on this big countertop we got, and it's a nice Western setup. I think it's an open floor plan. You know, he could cook right there, and then we would just usually eat right here. And the only bad thing was all the oils were coming out, so we made a little barricade out of water bottles. And this is just like an IKEA table we put in there. And the owner actually, if you request extra furniture, which Tad did, such as extra tables, extra chairs, they'll provide it for you. And this was pretty useful where I would edit, etc. And this was also the couch that they gave. Tad found it comfortable.
And underneath, there's more storage.
There's just so much storage here in Korea. And you know, when I see like the real estate shows here in Korea, all of them pay so much attention to how much storage is available because Koreans tend to hoard stuff and they like to have a lot of clothes, etc. So that will bring us to all the kitchen cabinets.
Well, this is an electric stove with the...
There's so much space here. And this is why Kat was so concerned that the new place wasn't gonna have enough space, because he just had things everywhere dispersed, and you know,
and over here,
it's really unnecessary. You're paying a little bit more, but everything is set up for you. You don't have to buy any built-ins, no furniture.
I like this because this comes with microwave and also an oven.
Oh yeah.
So it's a combination, and but
yeah.
I didn't.
Although he never baked anything.
I just,
it's good to know you could.
I just used the microwave, and it's very huge.
Yeah, I mean they even come with all these dividers out here.
We got more storage
yeah.
here.
And then I forgot what these are called. I know the girls like this. What is it?
You know what? I never knew this existed.
What? You didn't?
After a year, I never knew.
This is where you put the sauces.
Oh my god! I didn't
yeah, that's super convenient. Tad just put it in here. I thought you just preferred.
I thought you just oh my god.
Yeah, and they got top of the line intercom system, so like the delivery people, etc. You could see their faces. I mean, for some of the people out there, you know, women, single ladies, yeah, if you're concerned about security. And this here is the master bedroom. Tad enjoyed this queen-size bed, and that's why he also got another queen-size bed, realizing it was unnecessary at the other place. But more than enough space here, and you know, again, everything is furnished. I just found out he had this additional space here, and he was storing his golf clubs here, although you could store a lot of stuff. They even have this little hoser thing. I don't know, I guess you could clean your shoes there. And oh my gosh, guys, if I had a girlfriend or a wife living with me, I think she would definitely appreciate this vanity. Tad never used it, I never used it. They even got USB chargers right there, so you could have your shavers and everything. And this was a closet. Now you can see why Tad was so worried about having enough closet space. He was using all of this. He had like maybe three shirts hung over there, 3 coats, more than enough space, and they got nice little hooks that you could rearrange, that you could hang in here. And then finally, this is the bathroom. It's a bit dirty because, you know, we don't want to clean it. Oh, just look at all that. See? This is where Tad had his boxes of pills. There was more than enough space everywhere. And then he's got 1, 2, 3 shower heads. He liked that rainfall shower thing. That's why he never appreciated the high pressure shower head I got him until I just recently put it in his new place. But this is all good. Yeah, very modern.
I love the bathtub. It's nice. It's big enough for me.
Yeah, you know, this is the thing that you definitely have to sacrifice when you go into a smaller villa. I've never seen them have a bathtub or like an area that's sort of separated with the shower so that you don't get water all over the place.
And also, look, they have sliding doors.
Oh, for privacy. Yes.
2.
Oh, okay. I guess you could change. You could have 3 people being private, somebody sleeping, somebody changing, and then someone taking a shower, and you got it's so overkill. And that is a good lead on to discussing in more detail why Tad decided to downsize to a smaller place. Because a lot of you guys are wondering, you know, why don't he just pay an extra $300 and have this super nice place instead of going down to something that was like a 1.5 bedroom that we're paying a little less than $300 for. And that's where these maintenance fees come into place. And we're gonna discuss to you a little bit more in detail the differences between villas, officetels, and apartments. Now this is quite interesting because unlike most other HOAs, this place has everything in English because most of the people living here are foreign contractors that work for the military. And you can look at that in more detail, but long story short, he's basically paying about $170 towards the common fee. And his electricity that he uses, which is included in there and variable, is only about $25. As a matter of fact, just between November and January, because this is a new building, since people have been coming in, he's actually paying more for the public electricity than he is for his own condo, which is a little over $20, but the public electricity is about $30. And the reason for that is there's some stupid things going on here. There's like 3 elevators here, but they're not connected. So everybody is pressing all 3 elevators and just going up and down for no reason. It was just getting quite annoying. So honestly, if it was just maybe $300 more, because this is such a nicer place, Tad would probably be staying here a lot longer, but considering he's gonna save almost $200 on the maintenance fee, along with another $300 on the rent, you know, that's $500 compared to less than $300 he's spending on his new place. And, you know, when we did the calculation, he wants to travel and everything, so we figured, you know, once the weather gets warm, we might as well just spend that money on him going on Airbnb and such. So that was the reason why we decided to make that switch. On top of that, a lot of the things they promised, such as the common area, the gyms, etc., they haven't been set up. So he's paying for stuff that is not even available. Now, this might probably be a unique case to this particular situation, but generally speaking, a lot of the younger Koreans out here on a budget, they don't like the apartments and these officetels because of the high maintenance costs. So a lot of them will rent in a villa where it's not like they don't have a maintenance cost, but the landlord is generally responsible for paying that. Tad in his new place gets internet, public electricity, etc., all of that covered within the rent, which is less than $300. Now, the other variable that you have to consider is, although it's nice to have a big place in Korea as far as aesthetics, it gets pretty cold in the winter. And although Korea has a really amazing heating system, all the floors are heated, it's probably the most advanced system of heating in the world. It does cost money. And Tad was paying roughly about $40, $50 a month when it was the coldest and we're running the heater at this place constantly, which I gotta say, I mean, it's nice because you never feel cold once you're in here. It's just very warm. Because it's a bigger place and he has all this place to heat up, it costs a lot more. And if you go into like a smaller villa, even during the winter months, you're paying only a minimum amount.
warm within like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Over here, it takes about 2 hours to heat up.
Yeah, I mean, that place was, oh my gosh, it was just so hot in a matter of 30 minutes when we're working in there. We had to like open the windows. The other thing is Tad actually doesn't plan on being here during the winter months, so you're going, why does it matter? It does matter because here in an office teller, an apartment, you have to pay the HOA fees regardless of whether or not you occupy the place or not, because it's towards the common area. Whereas if you go to a villa, you just leave it empty, you're only paying rent because the variable costs such as the electricity you're not using and even the gas you're not really using. So you just pay the rent since the landlord pays everything else. So that's why Tad, because he's going over to the States for, 3 to 6 months, it would be a waste to be paying all this rent plus all the common area fees, which seem to continually go up. Now, it seems like we're really bashing the place, but for what you pay, it's actually not that bad. It just didn't fit his needs. So if you're wanting a small place and you're always wanting to constantly travel, just a place to sleep, be comfortable, I think the villas are a great option. There are also other villas that are available for, $400 or $500, as you saw, that was 2 bedrooms. There's even 3 bedrooms. But if you just want a really nice, fancy place with recessed lighting, the latest appliances, centralized AC,
that comes down from the ceiling,
having it fully furnished, this wasn't a bad deal. And Tad was able to get that on a 6-month lease and a month-to-month. But a lot of coming from California, if you told me that I could get a place like this for less than $800, including the HOA, I'd jump on it, And even